I heard you were looking for manga racks. Welcome back to the Reezy Lounge. I'm Yoli, and out of everything I've read in the past 2 or 3 years, I've compiled 10 of my favorite romantic reads, especially number 6. So, let's jump right in. Cover My Scars with Your Kiss, full Seichi, enters a sort of fake dating arrangement with his dentist now. And during his relationship, now we'll get to experience a relationship where he receives just as much love as he gives. Unlike his previous relationship, which was a lot more 60-40. Cosmic justice, satisfying, and romantic. One of my all-time favorites. Next up is World's End Bluebird, which is a sci-fi story about Ray, a mechanic living in the slums, and a mysterious, elegant stranger who turns out to be much more than he seems. If you're into the myth of Prometheus, you're probably gonna love this one. The art is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at these covers. I do have to note the series comes with quite the number of trigger warnings, so please look into those before you pick this one up. Next up is Sakura's Treasure. This fluffy one-shot is about Taishin, who's grieving his pet bird and gets comforted by a stranger in the park. But before getting to thank him, the stranger leaves, and all Taishin has are his name and where he studies. So once he graduates, Taishin moves to Tokyo in hopes of finding him. It's a really sweet rom-com twist on fate and gratitude, and the chemistry between the leads is adorable. So if you need something comforting, Sakura's Treasure is where it's at. If the name Danmaru Saria rings a bell, boy oh boy. Coyote is a dramatic star-crossed romance between wolves and human rival factions. Kind of like Romeo and Juliet, but with a supernatural twist. This is melodramatic in the best way possible, and the payoff is just amazing. So if you love forbidden love stories, Coyote is one that I highly encourage you to check out. If you like forced living arrangements, co-workers, and Japanese folklore, My Noisy Roommate, The Roof Over My Head comes with monsters and hottie. This one is for you. So upon moving, Osuke gets evicted, but he's offered a suspiciously cheap apartment by this shady stranger he meets in a park. Of course, there's a catch. If it sounds too good to be true, it's probably because it is. Because his new place is haunted, and it comes with a roommate who is both gorgeous and very strict. This one is lighthearted, fun, full of surprises. I highly recommend this one for both beginners and genre veterans. The manga that inspired my whole blog because I adored it so much. I'm talking about The Dragon's Betrothed by Meguro Hinohara. So we have Chiharu, who is a burnt-out writer who returns home, meets an interesting stranger at a bus stop, and somehow gets tangled up in his village's dragon legend, only to discover that he's the quote-unquote bride in question. This wholesome story really highlights the found family trope, and I can't wait for the day we get to read Volume 3. This is my contender for favorite of 2025, Love in the Palm of His Hand. When I tell you this manga completely took me by surprise and delivered everything I didn't even know I needed, it's an understatement. The story follows Fujinaga, an aspiring actor who's always told that his acting is too exaggerated, and Keito, a student with congenital hearing loss. However, their friendship grows through expressive communication, and their chemistry is absolutely electric. Now, I never call anything a must-read because it's so subjective, and I'm gonna make a case for Love in the Palm of His Hand. This one is a must. If you love second chance romance, Play Me Softly is about 2 high school friends. One is a musician, the other one is a baseball player, and they reunite as adults. It's short and sweet, unapologetically romantic thanks to its swoon-worthy love interest, and has all of the kisses your heart could ever desire. Definitely a cozy one to read as a pick-me-up. Is it really a list without my favorite mangaka? No. My final pick of the list is Ken Homeran's Heat Beat. This is an Omegaverse idol story that works as a really good entry point into the trope. In the pink volume, I may be an Omega, but I'm going to be an idol. Asahi is an Omega pretending to be a Beta to become an idol. But when he meets his alpha bandmate Madoka, let's just say his secret won't stay hidden for very long. Plus, the story has this Lizzie McGuire moment in there that still lives rent-free in my mind. As for the blue volume, a shut-in Omega becomes an idol. It follows Minoru, a heartbroken Omega who just broke up with the alpha he was supposed to marry. So in his grief, he uploads a love song and gets scouted to write songs for a new idol group. But people immediately fall in love with him and make him an idol instead. There's a lot of flower symbolism in this one actually. And my favorite part about both volumes of Heat Beat is actually the fashion. because Asahi has like this huge collection of chokers that he interchanges with his outfits, and even the hats they wear have like little gaps for their ears, which is something that I hadn't really seen in other manga that I'd read with the same trope, so it's one of the reasons why I love Heat Beat so much. In my humble opinion, both volumes are fantastic, and you can read them back to back. I've read most of Ken Homer's manga, and I consider Heat Beat to be their best work so far. But let me just stop myself right there before I start yapping. Don't get me started. Now, I love when you guys ask for recommendations, so drop your suggestions for future videos in the comments. The full reviews for all these titles are on my website, which I will link below. And one more thing, my next video has a giveaway, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss it. So here in the channel, I share budget collecting tips and curation advice to help you build your dream manga collection. So thank you so much for spending your time with me today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!